Welcome to 82 Toothpicks, a podcast from Huizinga Law Firm. I'm Thad, and I'm joined by Ethan and Joselyn as we break down our favorite movies and uncover the estate planning gems hidden within them. From comedies and dramas to family sagas, we're talking about the films we love and the legacy lessons they teach. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's talk about the movie. Welcome to 82 Toothpicks, the podcast where we discuss 1994's best movies.
It's not really what it's about, but turns out.
Early mid-90s era, man. It was just good.
So
we're kind of stuck right there, aren't we?
We're continuing this week with Forrest Gump, a film that needs no introduction, right? It's hard to even think of anything. Where do you start with a movie like this, right?
I don't know.
It's clearly Thad's favorite.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I mean, we'll get into the ratings later, but I remember I saw this movie for the first time in high school. I actually I took a class called Hippie History, and the project in the class, the capstone, if you will, is what year was Forrest born? That was the question, and we had to answer it in the essay form. So we basically went through the movie, and then we keyed on important dates and events and the way they had it set up, and we said this is probably when he was born, and that was the point of the class.
Okay.
That's actually kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm.
When was he born?
Oh,
Well, Jenny was born in 43.
Are you sure?
That's what it says on her headstone.
43.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
She died in 82.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it said 43.
Okay. I would have to go back and look up. I thought I said something like 47, 48, and they weren't 5 years apart. I mean, they were on a school bus together.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure it was sometime in the mid to late 40s. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's anything wrong with 43. I didn't know it said that, though. I mean, probably somebody used that on the...
Shoot, I should have saved it. And used it
that could have been the trivia question. Yeah.
Forrest Gump is born in 1944.
Nice. Good work. Good remembering.
June 6th, in fact.
Oh, is that from the book?
Is there a Forrest Gump
Probably.
book?
What do you mean is there for? Yeah.
There is?
The whole movie is based on a book.
Seriously?
Just like Jurassic Park, just like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, Forrest Gump Sr., born June 6th, 1944, so a year before D-Day.
Wow.
No, I lied. That's the year of D-Day.
Okay. So he's born on D-Day.
That is D-Day.
Interesting.
Huh.
Interesting. All right. So had you guys seen this movie in a while?
No.
No.
Not in a long time.
It's been a long time for me, too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First impressions. Just not even a summary. Just what'd you think of it?
Well, I can tell you for me, I was not actually all that excited to watch this one.
Okay.
Knowing, this is an icon
mm-hmm.
and that this is widely accepted as one of the greatest films ever made.
Sure.
It's just not my favorite movie.
Okay.
And I remember having uncomfortable watch experiences
mm-hmm.
in the past and just
mm-hmm.
feeling like this isn't cool. Like, I don't like this.
mm-hmm.
I don't feel good about this, what's happening. Then watched it again, and I really actually had a really good time. So my first reaction was, this is way better
mm-hmm.
as an experience than I remember it.
Sure.
Yeah. I watched it growing up, and it was like funny, but you didn't understand a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now watching it as an adult, I was like, I forgot how funny this movie was
mm-hmm.
and good. Like, it's just a good movie.
The thing about Forrest Gump is there are so many scenes that are completely context driven. If you don't know the context behind the scene, you
mm-hmm.
have no idea what they're talking about.
Right.
The desegregation
Yep.
of the school in Alabama.
Uh-huh.
That one for me, like, I had no context for really what that was when
Yep.
I saw it the first couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've been to some of those civil rights I've been to the Civil Rights Museum, and I've actually learned a lot about that period again.
Sure.
And watching it this time, I was like, oh man,
Mm-hmm.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. We were talking before we started about the Watergate scene. It's a scene of him in his hotel calling the front desk. But once you know what he's talking
mm-hmm.
about, it just adds so much depth to all of it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's so Thad, what was your experience watching this? I mean, I know it's one of your favorites.
Sure. This is one of those movies that I've seen a lot of times, kind of like you guys were with the Jurassic Park one.
Mm-hmm.
like you said, watching it, I guess with an eye towards estate planning was a little bit different, because things stood out that didn't stand out before, right? Mrs. Gump, is there a Mr. Gump? He's on vacation. That means something different now that we're saying what's the estate plan here, right?
Sure.
Giving a cut of the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company to
Yeah.
Bubba's mom.
That
Yeah.
whole sequence.
Mhm.
That's something
Yeah.
different now.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess I don't want to say it felt like I was watching it for the first time because it was nothing like that. But saying it's not about Forrest anymore.
Right.
What was this like for the people around Forrest?
Mhm.
That was a different way of viewing the film.
Mhm.
Do you have a favorite scene, Jocelyn?
Let me think. I like when they're kids
Mhm.
and they're in the tree,
Ooh.
like where they build their relationship. I think it's so
Oh.
cute.
And
She
later,
taught me how to read. I taught her how
Stop
to
with
swing.
the quotes because that's the game.
Can't help it. It's quotable.
It is.
later when Jenny comes back and they climb the same tree as
Yes.
adults.
When he buries her under our tree.
Oh yeah.
And then they show that tree.
Yep.
It's massive.
Oh yeah.
And
Yes.
branches like
Yes.
wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Super cool. Just layers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like when
Mhm.
they're when Forrest and Lieutenant Dan are on the shrimp boat too.
Mhm.
I just feel like they're just living their best lives then.
Oh yeah.
I just felt like that was a good time.
So when they aren't catching any shrimp
Yeah.
and they decide to become members at the local Foursquare Gospel Church. Did you hear about this?
Mhm.
That was really similar to the church I grew up in. So we talked last week
Really?
about the style of denomination I had. Yeah,
Yeah.
really, really similar. And I had never caught that before
Mhm.
until I heard him say it. And I was like, no way.
I loved when Lieutenant Dan's like, maybe you should pray for him. And he's like, so I did. Every Sunday. I did. And it was just so funny. I thought that part was funny.
Bubba taught me everything about shrimp.
The shrimp in business.
Just lists off hundreds of ways to cook
Mhm.
shrimp as they're doing all the.
Scrubbing the floors with a toothbrush.
Shrimp sandwich.
Shrimp and potatoes.
boiled shrimp.
That's
broiled
about
shrimp.
it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
so
man.
good.
I get one line that stood out. I don't want to get too far into quoting, but up until halfway through the movie before he gets drafted, everybody his whole life told him how dumb he was.
Yep.
Right? But he gets into the army, and the army sergeant is convinced that he is the smartest person in the entire U.S. Army, right? Like, just flips the whole thing on his head based on his single answer to, why did you do that, Gump? Because you told me to, sir. You might be the smartest man.
Mm-hmm.
You will be a general someday.
You have a very different experience seeing that scene than I do.
Why is that?
What do you see?
Because he was not complimenting Forrest Gump. He was
What do you
insulting
mean?
the entire rest of the unit.
I didn't think that. Here's the thing. I'm hopelessly optimistic all the time.
You
though.
are the smartest man in this unit
He set a
with
record
an IQ of 75.
He set a record for assembling and disassembling
He
his
also
rifle.
says your IQ. You must have an IQ of 160 or something,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, he was insulting the rest of the unit.
He had an
Nah.
IQ at 75 when he was like 8.
Well, it doesn't change.
It doesn't.
Your IQ
No.
is your IQ.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's why mine's probably low.
Oh boy.
No, I thought. I
You-
think it's
you
interesting
also-
that you saw it that he was insulting everybody. I saw it that he was complimenting Gump.
You also have no experience with drill sergeants.
Yeah, I've
which
never
I don't.
been.
I
I
don't
was
either.
gonna say, do you?
However,
Mm-hmm.
my father-in-law served in the military for 25 years.
Sure.
My brother-in-law served in the military for just shy of 10.
Sure.
Yeah, that drill sergeants are not going to compliment you like that.
They just
You are the smartest man.
not so much.
Not so much.
Okay. I took it how Thad took it, I guess,
That's all right. There you go.
but
That's
we're
okay.
wrong.
There's,
But
there's Cleveland from Detroit.
Tex.
Tex. No,
I,
no, no,
I do
no,
not
no.
recall where Tex is from.
That part was funny too. I caught that.
All right, we got to stop quoting
Yeah.
the movie or Jocelyn's
can't.
game's
I'm
going to
not
be
gonna have a
ruined.
You can't.
game.
This is the most quotable movie ever.
It is.
There's not a better one.
Jurassic Park.
Ah,
That's debatable.
it's debatable.
So
Go, please.
I watched this movie and sang along.
Yeah,
Sure.
the
It's a good
soundtrack
soundtrack.
is great.
just awesome. The whole the sequences through the 60s and 70s, man, I knew every single song they played.
What do you think of the John Lennon scene?
Hilarious.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want to know what else I noticed? There's a theme.
Yeah.
What?
People getting shot.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
It's like every 10 minutes he's talking about the next guy who got shot.
And for no particular
For no reason
at
in
all.
particular.
And then his brother
Someone
got shot a
that
month later.
nice young man in his hotel kitchen.
Yeah, it's over and over. The whole movie
Yeah.
is just about people getting shot.
Yeah.
It really
Or
is.
dying in various ways. Something bit me.
Something jump up and bit me.
Something bit me when he's running.
Was it a bullet? Was it a
They
bullet
called-
that bit you? I got shot in the. All
In the
I gotta
butt
stop.
talk.
I gotta
We
stop.
can't do it. We can't do it. Okay. It's a love story between
Mhm.
Forrest and Jenny. It's a classic love story. It just takes some twists and turns.
Is it?
I think so.
She doesn't come home until she's about to die.
Yeah.
Until
And
she
he-
has to, and she
She needs someone
him.
to take her kid.
Yeah, is that what happened?
That's-
No, you don't want to think that, but like watching it now, I was like,
Sorry, Thad. I'm
Okay.
a lawyer. I see the worst in everything.
It's not
I
just it's not just
don't.
her kid. It's his kid too.
is it really though?
Yeah, but
But is it really?
But she tells him, "You don't need to do anything. You don't need to. You don't need to worry about this." And then she goes back to him later and says, "Will you marry me?"
After he asked
After
her
he asked her, and she left him.
the next
He
morning.
proposed years before that.
Yeah, and then she ran away, and then it was, hey,
Had a kid.
I'm sick. I'm dying. P.S. Marry me and take care of our kid.
Because that's the story of Jenny through the whole movie, right?
She's a flake.
No, she is looking for the thing that will fill the gap, the hole she's feeling in that moment, right? She picks the
Well-
wrong dude
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over
Which
because
is her
she's
childhood
looking.
trauma.
She's looking for the thing that will, right? It's a response to the trauma, and it's something to fill a gap that she's
Mhm.
experiencing.
So is Jenny the villain?
No, there is no
No.
villain.
Mm-mm.
I agree that it is a love story, but it's just very convenient that she comes back when she has nothing
I don't
else or
think that's
nobody else.
A redemption of like, this guy has been pursuing me his whole life, and
Nope.
finally she realized that he's the right guy.
You want to think that, and that's probably how it is, but also like looking at it, you're like, you stupid woman. Like,
So what was she sick with?
what was she sick with?
She
She
got
had the
some.
AIDS.
She got some sort of virus.
Some
She
sort
got
of
the cold,
virus.
dude, a cold. She was sick. She had the AIDS.
How do you know it was AIDS?
Read the book.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Book
mean, I
does
didn't even
address
know
it.
there was
Okay.
a book, but
So the big debate is AIDS or Hep C, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
from
sure.
the syringes and
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah.
So
Oh, sure.
basically, in 1986, would a
she was dead
single
before
straight
then.
woman have contracted and died of AIDS? Right? Like statistically speaking, was it possible? Yes.
So I think the answer is yes because
Come.
hypodermics, right?
Okay.
So not to
Sure.
make this about a music podcast, but they're right. We didn't start the fire, Billy Joel.
Sure.
There's a whole section in there talking about the early to mid 80s
Mhm.
and hypodermics and AIDS and right all of these things. That was the culture, and that was the culture she was living in.
Sure.
And so, right, if you watch the play or the musical or the movie Rent, same thing.
Sure.
It's all hypodermics.
Okay.
And then there's right, Rent has its own other subplots and things to it, but absolutely, she was, I think, supposed to have AIDS, but they didn't say it
Yeah.
because it was the early 90s.
They wouldn't have known, right?
It was the early 80s.
No, I'm saying when the movie came out.
Oh, when the movie came out. Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Because she says, I'm sick and they don't know what it is.
Sure.
Like, I just.
Right.
I mean, I didn't assume anything when I was watching it, because, like, when I was a kid, because I didn't know.
Well, yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
that's what my
Well,
parents told me.
AIDS came. It came kind of. It was happening, and they didn't figure out that it was actually a pandemic until later. They didn't
Mhm.
classify AIDS and the AIDS pandemic as a pandemic until
Right.
much later.
Mm.
Do you not think that? Because I said that to you once and you were like, it wasn't AIDS.
I think there's compelling evidence on both sides. Again, it's a movie, right? We don't have
And
direct evidence.
You
But
don't
what
really
else?
see
What else
her-
could it be? Yeah.
Right. I feel like that's what they gear it towards.
It's something. It's from the drug culture
Mhm.
of sharing
Mhm.
needles. She
Mhm.
got something that killed
Mhm.
her. It's not important
Well,
to the plot.
But
it's just
she's also
interesting.
promiscuous.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, so there's
Yep. There's things going on.
layers there.
Gosh. Do you have a game for us, Joss?
I do. This one is, let's see. This is a finish the quote. Hold on, I have to readjust so I can see.
Finish the quote.
I told you, we quit quoting the
gosh.
movie. We're not going to have a game. Hold on, I have
Okay.
to readjust quick.
You're good. I think picking finish the quote for the most quotable movie ever is going to be really fun.
I thought you were going to dog on it.
No,
I was
no,
gonna
no,
be
no.
like, then
But
forget it.
you've-
You lose, loser.
No.
I'm not confident. I mean, I think I'm going to know all these quotes,
Sure.
but I mean, I bet I've only seen this movie, less than a half a dozen times.
Are you kidding me?
I told you, I was not excited to watch this again.
That's fair.
So I think you're going to destroy me simply because you're going to have it quicker.
And yeah, I've seen the movie so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, finish the quote.
Wait, do we buzz in?
That's why you have a buzzer, Thaddeus.
Oh, okay.
You
okay,
hit
all right.
the buzzer. Let's see.
You're going to start. We have to buzz.
You have to buzz. Okay. Do you want? Never mind.
All right,
Okay.
Is it like around the right answer is okay, or is it like actual word for word?
I haven't decided
Word
that
for word or
yet.
thought for thought? That's the question.
Depends on the quote, because some of them you will know word for word.
Okay.
Thad
Okay.
really wants this to be a Bible translation podcast.
Okay, ready? My name's Forrest.
People call me Forrest Gump.
Good. What scene is that?
Well, I'm Dorothy Harris.
It's when he it's when he
Guess we ain't
meets
strangers anymore.
it's when he meets Bubba.
Yes. Okay, so I have another one to go with that. Life is like a box of chocolates. Thad.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Some people don't think miracles happen.
Mama said miracles happen every day.
Nope. You have a chance to steal.
I don't know.
Miracles do happen?
Close. Some people don't think miracles happen. Well, they do.
Oh yeah.
Dear God, make me a bird. Thad.
So I can fly far, far away from here.
Good.
They
That
should-
scene is hard for me to
yeah.
watch.
Is it when
That-
she's in the field?
Can
That whole part where she's standing there just waiting.
well, what
and
about
she's like, shh.
and it comes back.
Uh-huh. And she's
she's
just
on the bridge.
whipping rocks on the bridge. When?
Do you think you remember when I asked you if I could fly? We prayed if I could to make me a bird.
Yeah.
Do you think I could fly off this bridge?
What are
Okay.
you doing, Jenny?
Ugh. You know what I was thinking this morning? I was finishing it this morning after the snake incident. And the part where she's I don't know if it's like New Year's or what, but she's at a party and she's standing like,
And her heel breaks.
yeah, she like slips.
Yep.
And I was like, that's where my anxiety started as a kid because you know she's not going to fall, but you're also like, what if she falls and dies? It still like, I was like, Jenny, no, Jenny.
Well, but that's a symbol of her risk taking through the whole movie.
Yeah.
The-
And it was, I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, is she going to fall? I've seen it 400 times. I know she's not going to fall.
When her bracelet slips over her elbow onto her bicep. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is this a different movie?
No, she's on the ledge of the building and she reaches her arm up and her bracelet falls and
Oh.
goes like her arms are so thin from probably the drugs, right?
Mhm.
That her bracelet goes up her arm into her shoulder. That like
Gave you the ick
it's one of those details.
Yeah.
that you never
I
caught
don't
before.
even remember that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay. This is when he's running. Quiet. I think he's going to say something. Yes, Ethan.
I'm real tired.
What's the rest of it? Okay, so you had to finish the last part of it. So he says,
I think I'll go home.
I was
now.
just saying, I
Yes.
couldn't remember if I think I'll go home or I think I want to go home. That's
I
that
think
because
I'll
I
go
was
home.
going to.
I'll give you each a point for that.
Okay.
Me and Jenny was
Peas and carrots.
like peas and carrots.
But he says it multiple times, right? So
Mhm.
when they get back together, he says, "Me and Jenny was peas and carrots again."
Mm-hmm. Okay, we've said this one 458 times. Hold on. They said it was $1 million wound, but the army must. Ethan,
Keep all of that money.
cuz
I ain't never seen a nickel of that.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Okay, we already did this one too. Lieutenant Dan, let me finish it.
That's fine.
Lieutenant Dan got me invested in some kind of fruit company. So then I got a call from him saying, we don't have to worry about money no more. And I said, that's good. Ethan.
One less thing.
Yes.
Good one.
That one got me
Yes.
when I watched this last night. I was like,
And
What?
He literally is like this. He's like, one last thing.
He doesn't even know what that means.
Right,
Like,
right. It's so funny. The best thing about visiting the president is the food. Now, since it was all free and I wasn't hungry but thirsty, I...
Had like 14 Dr. Peppers.
Wrong.
I like 12 Dr. Peppers.
Wrong.
What is it?
15.
15.
That
I
one,
mu-
and
I
that
must
one,
have drank
that,
me
being a
15
stickler on that
Dr.
one's fair.
Peppers.
Yeah, that's fair.
So nobody gets that one except me, obviously. Okay. Mama says... Thad.
Stupid is, stupid does.
Don't ever call him stupid. So good.
Stupid is as stupid does. I can see that. Bubba's mom.
Lieutenant Dan, what are you doing here? I'm testing out my sea legs. Ethan.
You ain't got no legs.
But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
You wrote me a letter, idiot. It's so funny. Like that one, I was like, that's good. That is a really... You wrote me a letter, you idiot.
When he just dives off his boat
But he's just like...
and the boat crashes.
He jumped off. I was like, oh, I remember that.
Yes, yes. You wrote me a letter, idiot.
And they're just talking. Like Lieutenant Dan, he's talking to him. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's just a boat going around doing its own thing out there. Whatever.
I love how Lieutenant Dan kept coming back.
Yeah.
Like he was like annoyed with Forrest, couldn't stand him, but he kept coming back.
Lieutenant Dan had a redemption arc.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All right, ready?
Hit
Ready?
it, Fergie.
That's my line.
Got her.
That's one for Ethan.
Forrest, I'm sick.
Oh, I can see it. He's like, oh, we'll take you home. I'll get
Nope,
you right better.
it's right before that. Forrest, I'm sick. What does he say back to her?
You got a cough with a cold.
No, close. This one you got to get. Thad, you want to steal?
Nah, I can see it. I just can't.
What you got? The cough due to cold?
Oh, yeah.
The
I knew it was
cough
something like
due to
that.
The cough
cold.
due
The
to
cough
cold?
due to cold.
My mom used to say that to me when we were sick all the time. You got the cough due to cold? And I was like, what the? All right, ready? I have two more. Mama says these was my magic shoes. They... Anybody?
Magic shoes.
Mama said these was my magic shoes. I hate you.
Yeah.
They could take me anywhere. No, nothing.
Not even
Okay.
a little bit.
Sorry.
Finish
Not
it.
even a little bit.
Oh, that's the end. They can take me anywhere.
Mama says they was my magic shoes. They could take me anywhere.
I mean, I remember the scene. I just
Yeah.
didn't know the line.
This is the last quote, and then we have 5 bonus rounds or bonus points.
Ooh.
His name's Forrest. I named him after his daddy.
Oh, his daddy's got
Ethan.
his daddy's name Forrest too.
He got daddy named Forrest too. Yours, daddy. And then when he goes, is he smart or is he like me? And I was like,
that
oh,
got
my
me.
God.
That got me.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
man.
tough.
Who's the best in his class?
The kid?
You can talk to him if you want.
What you
Talk.
watching? Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie. He says it real fast.
Yeah, Bert and Ernie.
Is that the kid who can see dead people?
That is.
Yes.
He came on screen, and I went, "Oh, it's that guy."
Oh,
and my
guy.
wife says, "He sees dead people."
Alrighty then. All right. So these are bonus points. They'll be worth 2 points each.
Oh,
Okay, Thad, you ready? Are you ready?
I thought I was more ready for this. Yeah, go ahead.
How many chocolates did Forrest say he could eat? It's right in the beginning.
50.
No,
2,000.
1.5 million.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, I could
could
eat
eat
about
a
1.5 million of these.
1.5 million of these.
I literally watched it last night. I was like, write that down. That's funny.
A million.
I could eat about 1.5 million.
About 2 million.
For no reason in particular.
Okay, so when Forrest is telling a story
Uh-huh.
and then he ends his story,
Okay.
how does he end?
Dang it.
That's all I have to say about that.
Nice.
He says it in
Yeah.
on the mall when he's at the rally, and the
Yeah.
mic goes out because somebody pulls the plug, and they're scrambling to fix, and
No,
he's
no, no.
talking, and he stops.
Because he's
And
done
he
talking.
says-
And they plug him back in.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
He says it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Because he says it on the bench about his stories.
Yeah.
He opens with like, I've got a few things to say about the war in Vietnam.
The war in Vietnam.
He used the F word a lot.
F this and F that.
A whole lot.
Jenny! Oh, it's
running
so
through
cute.
running through
Yes.
the reflecting
Oh,
pool.
it's so cute. Let's see. Okay, what book did Forrest put the feather in? Ethan.
Curious George.
Nice. Okay. If you get this one, I'll give you 5 points. Hold on, I'll save that one for last. Okay. What was Bubba's real name?
Buford.
Where's your freaking button? Hit the button.
Buford Blue.
Nope.
What is it?
I'm not going to get it.
Benjamin Buford.
Benjamin Buford.
Benjamin Buttons. Another great
Yeah, Age in Reverse.
movie.
Oh, my gumdrop buttons.
Speaking of great movies,
I hate you. I'm not the monster here. You are.
All right.
Okay, last question. What day of the week did Mrs. Gump die?
Saturday.
Nope.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. What day did Jenny die?
Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. Good job.
Well, all right. Thad, you had 6. Ethan, you had 14.
Oh,
Nice job.
yeah.
Way to go.
Okay, Kool-Aid man. Oh, yeah.
Hold on while I smash this wall.
All right.
Carry on.
That game was excellent. A lot of quotes in there that like you think you know really good quotes that stick out to you, but there were so many that I was like, I can see it. I just don't know the end of it. But they were all great.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Just the writing in that movie is head and shoulders above so many other movies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things about watching this,
Mm-hmm.
probably because I have more education about the events and things in the movie,
Mhm.
but I loved almost a trope of him being inserted into those historical events. We talked a little bit about that earlier,
Mhm.
but I loved the almost matter of fact goodness from Forrest.
Explain.
Well, so the one I mentioned earlier about the desegregation,
Mm-hmm.
he goes and picks up the notebook for the lady who's going into the school.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is that noteworthy? It's noteworthy because he's a white dude
Mhm.
Right.
picking up this notebook for this black lady who dropped her
Mhm.
school material,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes and hands it to her. And
Mhm.
everybody saw it on TV, and his coach goes,
Is that Gump?
like,
Yeah.
that doesn't stick out if you don't understand how intense that moment really was.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And you can hear it. They're talking about, the governor refused like he promised, and
The
then
National Guards.
and then the president
enforcing
sent
it.
the National Guard in to enforce, and
Yeah.
like it almost feels like a throwaway line unless you really understand what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And he has those just little moments of, this is obviously doing the right thing
Mm-hmm.
throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. 100%. I love in not just this movie in particular, but any movie that has a character that just has no obvious character flaws. And Forrest Gump is consistent and
Mhm.
steady through the whole movie and always does seemingly the right thing.
Mhm.
Right? And that's a great example of it. How about you, Jocelyn? Any scenes stick out?
Oh, the scene where he's talking to Jenny
Mm-hmm.
when she's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Guess it.
that just broke me.
Mm-hmm.
When he hands her the letter from the kid
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't actually read it because the kid told him not to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like most people just read it to
Of
want
course
to
they would.
know what's in there.
Of course they would.
And he just hands it to her, and then he's just like, I'll miss you, Jenny, and just cries. And he is the smartest in his class, and that just broke me.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I don't know. There was just
Sure.
so many different, like, when I was watching it, I was like, this is like the longest movie ever. Like, what about this part? Where's this part coming? When does this part come in? You know?
Mm-hmm.
This is not an action movie,
Mm-mm.
but there is an epic action scene when he is carrying Bubba
Yes.
out of the forest.
Mhm.
While they're
And-
being
and the
napalmed.
bombing run comes in,
Yeah.
and it's explosions behind him, and he's
Mhm.
just running like crazy.
Yep.
Oh man, that was
Mhm.
I had forgotten that scene was in there. It was
Mhm.
just really, really cool.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I think the moment in the movie that impacted me probably the most is they're standing in the front lawn of their house, Jenny and Forrest, on their wedding day, and Lieutenant Dan shows up with his prosthetics, right?
Mhm.
And he says, I heard you were getting married. I had to come out. Who's this? And Forrest says, this is Jenny. And
My Jenny.
This is,
Dan,
this is
Jenny.
my Jenny.
and Dan looks at him like, I watched you write a letter to this gal every day while we were serving together, and you named your boat after her. And like, this is Jenny. Okay. Like, just had this look that just, oh.
So what's the payoff in Lieutenant Dan's redemption arc?
What do you mean by payoff?
I mean, when's the moment that the audience goes, he's not the man he used to be?
When he
When
says,
he's-
this is my fiance.
And she's
Asian.
Asian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is
I
racist.
never thought of that.
He hates Charlie,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
And then he shows up and Susan
Mm-hmm.
I
is
never
Asian.
thought of
And I
that.
went, oh man, what a great,
Mm-hmm.
subtle
See, those are things
conclusion to his story. It's
that
just
you
awesome.
don't think about. Like when you just don't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's crazy.
He makes peace with God,
Mhm.
right? He's doing the back float.
Yep.
Jumps off the boat.
Comes back all clean shaven.
Yeah.
Haircut.
And
He gave
then
you-
he walks up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's made whole, right?
Yep.
I just that whole scene that you just described, like I kind of got goosebumps watching it. It was cool.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great. It honestly is just like it's like a feel good movie,
Sure.
but it's not.
But it's not.
right. But it's like watching. I haven't watched it. I bet since I was like 12,
Mm.
and rewatching it.
Yep.
I was like saying the lines with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't seen it in years.
So we talk about the launch point of a lot of these estate planning stuff starts with a death,
Mhm.
right? And there's two pretty obvious, maybe we'll go three obvious deaths in this one, and then there's a lot of subtle but not so obvious ones. Like it's not
Mhm.
about the assassinations, right?
Right. That's the hook that
Sure.
keeps pulling us back to what's happening around him.
So we have Bubba's death,
Mhm.
and we have Mama's death, then we have Jenny's death,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we have all the ancillary actions around it that are estate planning themed. So do you want to give us kind of a rundown on a few of these major events?
I've been thinking about estate planning in this movie and legacy in this movie
Mm-hmm.
pretty much since we decided that we were going to watch this.
Okay.
And then watching it, just looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually wrote down a few things because they stuck out to me
Sure.
and I didn't want to forget.
Oh, I get you. Go ahead and open that notes app up.
I just talked a little bit about Forrest doing the right thing all the time, right?
Mhm.
That he is consistently doing the right thing every
Mhm.
single time. He punches out any guy who does anything he doesn't like to Jenny,
Mhm.
right? And that's protection. He's jealous, but he's also like he's defending her honor.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently through the movie, his choices are made based on something someone told him was the right thing to do.
Mm. My mom always said.
Mom always said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bubba said.
Yeah.
Bubba taught me everything about shrimping.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Jenny tells him to run.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You run away if you get into danger.
I did what you told me to.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. Oh, he says it just like that. That was perfect.
Thanks.
Right? He goes back and gets his
Mm-hmm.
soldiers in his unit, right?
Mhm.
And he gets them one at a time, and he runs and carries them out
Mm-hmm.
and unceremoniously dumps them on the ground. Right? But he just keeps going back in and back in and back in. He gets the Medal of Honor, and he gives the Medal of Honor to Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
He goes into shrimping because he promised Bubba that they would go into shrimping together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He bulldozes Jenny's
Dad's house.
old house,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
I loved that part.
oh
Mhm.
man. He goes and finds Jenny
Uh-huh.
when she's singing on stage.
Yeah.
In Naught But Her Skin.
You said you always wanted to be a singer.
Yeah. So he's
He's trying to grab you.
consistently doing
Mm-hmm.
what someone has told him is the right thing, or in some cases, what he believes to be the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved how his honoring of the different people in his life in that way, even in his simplistic, and not necessarily he was honoring it, he was just doing what he was told or doing what he told him he would do. Right? Lieutenant Dan is his first mate.
Mm-hmm.
So that consistent doing the right thing, that just to me stuck out as the legacy. And then we just talked about Lieutenant Dan. Forrest changes his life
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because he's just consistently pure.
Mm-hmm.
And even when they're celebrating New Year's Eve,
Mm-hmm.
She
and,
tastes like
and the
cigarettes.
and the hooker kisses him, she tastes like cigarettes. And that's the moment you see Dan defend him, right? He's like, don't you ever call him stupid. And he throws the women out, right?
Mhm.
And that's the moment where it starts to turn around for Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To me, that is the through line to the whole thing.
Have you found Jesus yet? I didn't know I was supposed to be looking for
Oh,
him.
No,
that
I
was great. That was great. Oh, that was funny.
that was
They
one
always
that-
talk about
that was one I
Jesus
laughed out
that,
loud at,
Jesus
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So then he honors Bubba, right? By starting shrimping. But
Mhm.
not only does he start shrimping, but he also, after the hurricane, and they're the only shrimp boat out there and they can't help
Mhm.
but catch shrimp, he gives half the money
To Bubba's
to
mom.
Bubba's mom. Half the money.
I got more money than Davy Crockett.
Oh, that was funny.
We were sitting next to a millionaire.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Do you want to see a picture of Lieutenant Dan? This is what he looks like.
He's wearing the same outfit.
And have you noticed, like in that picture,
Yeah.
of Gump on the magazine thing, and the my size cutouts of him at his mom's house when she's talking to him
Yeah,
about ping
yeah,
pong, his eyes are closed, and all that he's like this, and all the pictures of him,
Yeah.
they're so funny. Those cutouts, and he's like this. So funny.
I wish you all could have seen that.
See what?
Jocelyn's face just now.
That's what it looked like.
Oh, man.
I hope you heard what it looked like.
So,
Yeah.
how about the running when he runs across the country 412 times or whatever, however many times he goes, right? He goes to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
He runs to the edge of the lane, or end of the lane. Then he runs to the end of town. And then he runs to the ocean.
From that day on, if I was going somewhere,
I was running.
I was running.
And then he goes to the other ocean. And then
He
I
just
turned around and ran back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's some cool moments, interactions with people in that sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anything stick out to you?
He talks about how he knows people are like believing in something, and like he's inspiring people, but he doesn't really know what they're being inspired by or why.
Mm-hmm.
And people like the newscaster's like, "Are you running for world peace?" He goes, "No." Like,
I felt like running.
yeah,
He meets the guy who makes the bumper stickers.
yeah.
Yes.
He
Whoa,
meets the
that's
guy who
amazing.
invents
It was jumped.
T-shirts. Who has
Smiley faces.
who makes
I think he
t-shirts,
made a
smiley
bunch of
faces.
money off that. That's what he was. And he,
Yeah.
he made
Made
a bunch of money.
off of that.
And since I was like a gajillionaire, I mowed that grass for free.
But he has impact on people, even though
Mm-hmm.
he's not running for any reason.
Just influence.
I think there's something in there with the way we perceive, right? Our clients come in to talk to us about, I don't have a lot, or I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wealthy or things like that. And it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You still get to have influence with what you have.
Right.
I think there's a simplicity to Forrest in those moments where he's just being Forrest,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody around him is like just inspired
Mm-hmm.
somehow by
Yeah.
that. And I think that there's a humility, and that humility that exists in all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's inspiring. And so I just, that was a moment to me where he kept running into these people while he was literally running, that they were just, I'll follow you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. the movie that I just immediately thought of, this has the most like obvious legal ramifications, is the one that you talk about, legacy, not the contracts, not the money, not the house going to the grand, nothing like that.
Right.
It's all there.
Oh yeah.
But it's not the most important thing. And that's how you finish a lot of your meetings too.
Yeah. It's we give people a book that's got all of their legal documents in it, and it's organized, and it's detailed, and it's makes it easy for them to read, makes it easy for them to find things. And we spend a long time talking about all of the technical legal stuff that we helped put together for them. But the end of those meetings where we sign all the documents is my favorite, because that's when we talk about legacy. We get to talk about the things that are more important than money. And that's Forrest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Forrest Gump is the physical human embodiment of everything that's more important than being a gajillionaire.
A gajillionaire.
No kidding. That's a good one. Jocelyn, did you have any final thoughts or scenes that stuck out to you?
I don't think so. The scene where he's talking to her at her gravesite was tough. I liked the part where he comes back from the army.
Sure.
And his mom is like, this guy gave us a check for $20,000 if you play with his paddle. And he's like, I like my paddle. And she's like, okay, great. But it's $20,000. Just hold the paddle. I thought it was like, that's really funny. Because he's just like, so simple. Like, I like this one. Like,
He
I
talks
thought that was
about
funny.
it's just a white lie.
A little white lie.
Yes.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's good. As a part of his legacy, just like I knew I can't go on TV and say I use it. So my mom has said it was okay. So I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. So I have a rating system where I like to rate movies on a scale of 0 to 10 based on if you thought it made you laugh, cry, and think, with a bonus point that is given to a movie you would watch again. We'll start with you this time, Ethan. Ethan, if you had to rate this movie, what would you say about it?
I think I already said at the beginning, I was not super excited to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
I still do not think it is one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
But that is different from saying it's not an excellent movie.
Sure.
Because it absolutely is. So I'm going to give this a 9.
Okay.
And the only point it's not going to get is I'm not going to choose to watch it again.
Sure.
Typically. I mean, I wouldn't skip it if it was on.
Sure.
Right. This is what we're watching today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to seek it out.
Okay.
So 3 for think, 3 for cry. It did in fact make me cry.
When did you cry?
Twice. Well, I got teary once, and then I was crying at the end when he's talking to Jenny at her gravesite.
When did you get teary?
When he meets his kid.
Oh.
And he says, "Is he smart?"
I know, right?
That got to me. Yeah.
You got a dad in
and I
your
think
life.
it's different because I'm a dad now, right? Like,
yeah.
When I saw this movie last, I wasn't a dad, so that means it was more than 18 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about the Jenny scene too. Like,
Yeah,
being a mom and seeing a letter
the moment he puts that letter
that says
down,
"mom," I was like, I'm done.
Yep,
I'm done.
for sure. So cry 3 because
Sure.
it did in fact make me cry.
Mm-hmm.
Think was 3. Think is 3 because of the fantastic historical context that we get, and all of the times that the historical context is still just the backdrop to Forrest.
Sure.
And you just really, it just really worked in this movie. And then laugh 3 because I did laugh out loud multiple times. Just it's just a really, really great movie. I probably wouldn't pick it again.
Jocelyn, how about you?
A 3 for think
Okay.
for sure. 3 for cry because I cried multiple times.
There you go.
What's the other one?
Did you laugh?
Oh yeah, for sure. So that's 9, and I would watch it again. Like I said, I haven't seen it in a long. Shut up, Thad. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yep.
And I watched it, and I was like, I literally forgot how good this movie was.
Sure.
So I would watch it again, probably within the next year.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry.
So add that up. What's that number?
Okay, I can math the math today. It's 10.
10 out of 10.
I had a girl.
Perfect. I'm so happy that you liked that one. Ethan, I shared a lot of the same sentiment you did, right? I've seen this movie a lot of times, but for the first time, I'm expecting to be a dad to a son in the next few weeks, and seeing Forrest learn he has a son. Like, I've had months now years now to prepare for this like experience, and he found out in a day. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I've never related to anything like that before. So seeing it from that perspective hit really differently. So 3 laugh. I mean, we've been cracking up this entire podcast about just the lines in the movie. Think it's everything you talked about, from segregation to experiences, family-wise and relationships. I mean, it's an absolute 10 out of 10 for me. Between this and Shawshank, I don't know if there's ever going to be a better duo, and they came out the same year.
I
I was thinking that at the end when the feather was going, and I was like,
yeah, it's because of this movie that Shawshank didn't win an Oscar.
Yeah. Like, what a travesty. And yet, duh.
Yep.
right.
Yep.
How about when he's getting on the bus at the end and he's like, Forrest, I just wanted to say I love you. And he's like, I love you too, Daddy. I was like, and it's the same bus driver.
Dorothy Harris. Oh, that's a good one.
I'm Forrest Gump. And he gets on the bus.
And you're Dorothy Harris. It's cute.
Okay. Well, I think that'll wrap that one up. Thanks for
Nice.
watching this one with me, guys.
This was
You're
fun.
so
You
welcome.
bet.
Don't ask for another, though. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to 82 Toothpicks. This episode featured your hosts, Ethan, Joselyn, and Thad breaking down the movie. Want more? Check out Ethan's book, It's Not Too Late, for insights on securing your own legacy. Visit us at heisingalaw.com for all things 82 Toothpicks, including past episodes and more. If you enjoyed the show, follow us wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. You know the drill. And remember, every movie is an estate planning movie.